This is RiverTalks with Jonathan Brush, President and CEO of Unbound.
A few episodes back, I talked about living in three realities, that we live in the reality of the present, what we're doing right now. We live in the reality of a hoped for future, that we have an ideal future, an idealized future, a over the horizon dream that we're pursuing. And often the pursuit of that dream changes reality. If we're dreaming about buying a car, then at some point it's likely that a car will find its way into your driveway as you will work and direct your efforts and your productivity towards that end. And so we live in these two realities, the one that we're in and the one that we're trying to shape. And then, of course, the deeper reality, the real reality, is that we have to confront this fact that we live in a world where things that are outside of our control, forces that are bigger than us, will ultimately determine our reality, that have a bigger plan in our future. And that often those things are bigger than we can manage ourselves. And sometimes they're blessings, there's opportunities. It's the new job offer you didn't know you're going to get. It's the person that you meet, the relationship that really takes off. It's the unexpected blessing. And sometimes it's an unexpected crisis. It's an unexpected tragedy. And those things have a way of defining our reality and have a major impact on our present. Now, there's two ways to look at that. The first is that we look at this and we say, "Oh wow, I'm scared of that unknown." And yet there is something built deep inside of us that is actually made for that unknown. And as an example of this, if I were to present you with an opportunity to watch a TV show that you've seen 5 or 6 times already, or a movie that you've seen 5 or 6 times already, or to read a book that you've read again and again and again. There is a comfort to that. There may be an enjoyment to watching that movie or to reading that book. But if that is offered as beside the option to read a new book and read a new story or hear a new story or to watch a new movie, the vast majority of the time, humans will choose to do the new thing. That's what drives people writing new books, and that's what drives people creating new movies. And so there is something inside of a human that wants to say, look at that and say, I want to know what's going on. I have an interest in the unknown. I'm intrigued in what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to take place here. There's a deep-seated curiosity. Now, that's true. And you say, well, everybody wants to see a new movie rather than an old movie. But it's worth kind of backing up and thinking about that a little bit, because so often what happens in our lives is that we subconsciously are both attracted to and shy away from that unknown. On one hand, there's a part of our brain that says, over there might be dragons, there might be a crisis, there might be a problem, and let's just stick to what we know. And yet there's another piece of us that pushes us and says, that's where things are interesting. And my contention here and my question to you and something for you to think about would be that giving into that second impulse to lean into the unknown requires some courage. It requires some discomfort, and it requires getting outside of what you know. But it is the path to an interesting life. It is often the path to a fulfilling life, and it's where people thrive. It's where they are able to fully express being human. It's where they can help others the most. It's where they can learn the most. It's where they can experience life to its fullest. To be fully awake, to be fully alive, means to lean into that which you don't know. See what's around the next bend. Try something you haven't done before, and pick up the new book, watch the new movie, do something different, and continue to move forward.